The triple disaster of 3/11 sent almost 500,000 people fleeing for safety. Thousands of businesses and homes were abandoned. But in our travels around the east coast of Japan, we saw rebuilding, people trying to start over again. Nakaso was a vibrant fishing village, but after the disaster, the industry nearly died out.
There are two kinds of people, those who don't care about the radiation, and those who still won't buy the fish even after it has been tested.
A fish salesman at the Onohama market, Fukuda Rumiko, says 6 years after the disaster, buyers are still skeptical about fish from Fukushima.
Nuclear plant explosion made the sales go down at the store because people care about radiation in the fish. It is slowly getting better, but still not the same as before the disaster. The total amount of sales is still less than half of what it was before the earthquake and tsunami.
Akira Imezumi, a fisherman at Nakaso Port, said young people are not continuing the tradition of fishing.
There
were young people fishing here for work until the disaster. After the earthquake, they all left and got office jobs, so there are no young people here. So I don't have much hope for the future.
Young people are turning away from their hometowns and moving to the cities, a trend that began with the economic boom of the 1960s. In 2014, 95% of people moving to Tokyo were between 20 and 24 years old. But around the country, some people are trying to re-establish the populations that once were. Hisanohama native Shigeyuki Takaki decided to help his hometown reinvent itself.
I was just wondering how people are going to come back when there wasn't any places for food, any stores, or restaurants to eat. The town is really lacking, especially at nighttime. There was nothing to do. Without all of that, it is almost impossible to convince people to come back. I'm just hoping to make this place more lively, even better than it was before the earthquake. As a starting point, this is the kind of shop we needed.
While some people return to the once evacuated towns to try to rebuild, others have been forced to start lives and businesses elsewhere. Shigeo Komura evacuated from Naraha to Iwaki City.
Our final goal is to live in Naraha for the last place we live. Doing business in Naraha again will be hard because we need the population to grow back. I will continue to do business here for a certain amount of time. I will go back at a time when the business can be successful, but that may be a very long time.
Before the disaster, Komura owned a fish market and restaurant in Naraha, catering to the local community. When the plant melted down, he evacuated to Iwaki City. He opened a bento box place and a restaurant there. Now his customers are primarily workers who are cleaning up the plant and natives of his hometown from Naraha.
The restaurant became a place where people from Naraha could meet up. It became a sort of reunion place. It was very happy. The restaurant made people from Naraha happy again. Whenever someone comes here, they usually know me personally.
Before he knew it, his restaurant became much more than just a lunch place. He's rebuilding his business and rebuilding the Naraha community, 34 kilometers away from his former home. Communities and industries are attempting to rebuild, but in all reality, the businesses, towns, and industries are going to be much different than they were before the disaster of 3/11.